just like in high school sports, we'll trust honesty, empathy, hard work, and humility to bring out the best in us and show us the way. The IHSAA will look for you at a high school game or meet very soon.
It's the Sports Zone with Keith Myers and the Indiana SRN sports team. Made possible by Morales Group, College Hunks and Movers, the IHSAA, and Aspen Creek Grill. Now, let's join Keith and his guests.
Well, good morning, and thank you for joining us. It is the Sports Zone on Indiana SRN. On the hotline is the head basketball coach at Beech Grove High School, the Hornets. The wrong Hornets, as I went to Howell, you went to Beech Grove. You never passed the ball, and I never got to see the court. So I guess we're an even playing field now.
Hey, I was a heck of a passer, Keith. If you're on my team, I definitely would have passed it to you, brother.
You shot the ball. You shot the ball really well too, didn't you?
I could put it in the hole a little bit, man.
Steve McClure, if you haven't checked out the Facebook page of Sports Radio Network, has done some pictures, and Mike's little basketball was there, and a little bit about Mike is there, and we really appreciate what you have done with Indiana SRN and what you've done with this basketball program at Beech Grove.
Well, I tell you what, Keith. The guys I have that support me and the guys that coach with me, they're a very, very big part of what we do. I got a great supporting cast of coaches that put in just as much as hard work as I do, and it's definitely a thing that we do together, and we make it work.
Talk a little bit about your high school career. You went to Beech Grove, you played there, then you went to college. At what stage do you realize that you were going to be a high school basketball coach?
Well, I mean, growing up, I had a lot of great coaches along the way. My mentor and my best friend was my father. He's the biggest influence on my life. So, when I was a young kid, kind of like my two boys are, Mylan and little Mike, I would just tag along with my dad everywhere he went and everywhere he played. And he introduced me to the game. When he introduced me to the game, I fell in love with the game. And then so on and so forth. I went through some great coaches. And I knew when my playing days were over, it's something that I always wanted to do. I wanted to give back to the young kids, not only to my community, but definitely to my high school. And Coach English gave me the opportunity to coach underneath him and come up, and he and I bounce ideas off of each other. It was a relationship that worked for sure, and it's always something that I've always wanted to do.
Mike, we go way back to when you played Little League Baseball at Beech Grove Little League. I umpired your baseball games. That's how old I am compared to you. But I remember you were a pitcher, and you caught a little bit. At that early stage, you were strategizing things that you're now using today with these young people you're coaching.
Yes, I believe so. I'm a competitor, and I've always had an edge. I've always tried to gain an edge on the person that I played against. It's something that I definitely instill in my players and my kids. I think being a competitor, you go out and you play and you do everything the right way. You play as hard as you can. You control the things that you can control. And that's, just things that I instill in my players and my kids at home.
You look at the history that I have with you, but, I'm very blessed. Jason Kerr and Casey Kerr used to play Little League Baseball with me. I umpired your Little League Baseball games, and now all of a sudden you guys are adults, and, now when I go, you help me with my little, get me up in my chair and be able to sit in the radio booth and do what we do at SRN, and I really appreciate that you're taking care of the senior citizen.
I wasn't going to put you in nothing but right around 45 or 50 years old anyway, Keith.
Yeah, 60, 60 this year, Mike.
What you guys do at SRN, you and Steve, and I know I'm missing a lot of people, and I actually had an opportunity to speak with Sean today and wish him well and let him know Hornet Nation and Beech Grove and the Renfro family are 100% behind him and anything he ever needs. But you guys have always done Beech Grove the right way, and we're blessed to have you guys and SRN in our lives for sure.
Well, we appreciate that a lot. You had a great year this year. You would have been one of those teams would have played in the regional. What do you think that team would have done?
I'll tell you what, it's funny you ask. One of the hardest things that I had to do, that Friday 2 weeks ago was to go in and let the boys know that we weren't playing, because we were getting ready to go over scouting report in depth, more film, and get the boys on the bus and get ready to get them to Greencastle. It's a team, I think, that was peaking at the right time, Keith. We had all the pieces to the puzzle, and the boys were all hitting the peak. We were hitting the peak, the top of the mountain, and we're on that train ride again. And it was going up the hill, and I told the boys all season that I didn't think we played our best game yet. But those two games we played in the sectional, man, we looked like one of the top teams, and we were definitely going to be a tough out in the rest of the way.
The thing that I remember in your career is, and it's a young career because this is only the second year as the varsity coach, but the undefeated JV team, the year that we covered you, I think 18 of your 22 games varsity-wise, that was a very good varsity team, but that JV team set the pace, and I think it was the only time in school's history that remained undefeated. Isn't that correct?
Yes. Those and those were some of the kids. They were sophomores, Fryer and Allison, Copenhagen and Pick. They were all on that JV team. So obviously, I was blessed to have them last year with our varsity team to win the first sectional. And so those kids have been through, what Matt and I, we've foreseen doing with our program and the culture of our program. And they're a very big part of what we're going to do in the future as well.
Yeah, you mentioned Matt English, a good friend of ours who now is in heaven looking down. And, I can remember the pencil in the ear, but, I remember Matt when we first started at Indiana SRN, he goes, "You're going to do what? We're not worthy to be covered." And all of a sudden, here we were in that relationship. And I will always remember Matt and the family and a good time and good people.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's definitely in our daily talks and weekly talks when we're scouting teams. He and I, we had a pretty unique relationship. We never argued, which was weird because you got two bulls and two alpha males, I think, and we never argued. It was something special. And when he and I had sat down and we talked about what direction we wanted our program to go in. And the culture change and because you had to do something different every year because you got a different group of guys. But the one thing that we talked about was the group of guys that we have to set that precedence of what we are going to do from year in and year out. And he's just an awesome guy. And like in my pregame talks and when I'm in that locker room like I did in the sectional championship games, you look and you talk to him. First, I look around and make sure nobody's around me because they probably think I'm weird talking to myself. But I always keep him in my thoughts and prayers for sure.
Yep. Hey, we're going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we got a lot more in store for you. Thanks so much, Mike. We'll be back after this.
All right.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory. Thousands of people get jobs here from all of these diverse backgrounds. We're helping write that story of that better future that we know they can get, we know that they deserve.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
So you called us because you're stressed from all that clutter taking up your space. The best part is we do all the heavy lifting for you, so you can just sit back and relax. Our hunks call at least 20 to 30 minutes prior to your appointment window. You don't need to lift a finger except to point what items you would like us to haul away. Thanks again for choosing College Hunks Hauling Junk, and we look forward to providing you with a stress-free hauling experience.
You're listening to Indiana SRN, God's Word 24/7 and sports.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer, and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
You're listening to Indiana SRN, home for God's Word 24/7 and sports. Back on the Sports Zone with Mike Renfro, the head coach at Beech Grove High School. And the season was cut short, Mike, but I'm sure that you're looking forward to the 2021 season.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We got a good group of kids that are coming back. You know, we got a good foundation set with Jaden Curry, Gavin Mitchell, Edward Taylor. You know, we got some sophomores and freshmen also in the mix too. So it's going to be a great summer, I believe, and the kids come in with the right frame of mind, and we'll look to try to get back to where we were this year.
Let's talk a little bit about baseball. Hopefully there's a little season left when we get back, because I feel that the Indiana High School Athletic Association would like to get that baseball state tournament. You're a baseball guy as well. How's the Hornets look like baseball-wise?
Well, I tell you, we got a new varsity coach, Jake Whitcliffe, really good guy, super guy. I just kind of help out with the younger kids at the middle school level, and obviously my two sons are looking to play, so it's in between seasons for them. So they play it all. They play. Mikey obviously plays football, baseball, and basketball, but my 3-year-old was getting his hands dirty this year and playing some baseball as well.
Oh boy, watch out! T-ball, here we come.
And he's a lefty too, Keith.
That scares me even more. So, you know, you look at the whole entire season, and it's been a great year. And again, we thank you for all you have done with the network of SRN, and looking forward to calling some more games for you here in the near future. But are you ready for this crazy quiz?
Oh boy, let's do it, Keith.
All right, French fries or potato chips?
French fries.
TV or radio?
Radio.
SRN, right? There you go. Good call there. Cupcakes or cookies?
Cookies, chocolate chip.
Oh, orange juice or apple juice?
Orange juice.
Pizza or nachos?
Oh, I'm definitely a pizza guy. This whole family's pizza people.
And I have seen you eat pizza, and you can put it away. Finally,
you better believe it.
Yeah, finally, text or email?
I'm a big text guy.
Yes, you are.
You know that, Keith.
Yes. Hey, Mike, thanks for spending some time with us. We really, really love you. We're praying for your family. I know we're going to see each other down the road. We're not too far away from each other, but Mike, have a great time, and we'll see you down the road in just a few weeks.
Thanks, Keith. I appreciate you, and thanks for having me.
You bet. That's Mike Renfro. We'll take a break. When we come back, a lot more in store for you on the Sports Zone on Indiana SRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Do you want to hear your favorite team on IndianaSRN.org? It's easy to do, calling all the play-by-play and colored commentary. High school sports along with youth sport, Mr. Wizard is waiting for your call. Contact him at 317-443-0052. We're ready for every touchdown, basket, and goal. Contact Mr. Wizard, 317-443-0052.
PNC Bank has technology to help make banking easier, like PNC Easy Lock, so you can easily lock your credit card when its maximum limit differs from its vertical limit. And Cloverflex, for when you need to take credit cards when no one carries cash, or requesting a call to help get a new credit card, one that hasn't followed the family goldfish. PNC, make today the day.
Call Tammy at the McCordsville branch, 317-335-2555.
You're listening to Indiana SRN, God's Word 24/7, and sports. Well, welcome back to the Sports Zone on this great day. I hope that you're enjoying your day. Thank you very much for listening. You are listening to Indiana SRN. You can reach me by Twitter at Indiana SRN or at Coach at Indiana SRN. Speaking of Coach, longtime friend of ours, athletic director of Bethesda High School in Brownsbury. Hello, Nathan.
Hi, how you doing there, Keith?
I'm doing well. Thanks for spending some time with us this morning.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You know, as everybody's been locked down now for 15, 20, maybe 21 days, I think Deb's keeping count as she's locked down until the duration. What have you been doing? Are you eating more? Are you fixing more? Are you doing gourmet meals? What are you doing to kill your time here?
Actually, I've been spending a lot of time outside. I've still been eating, but so my daughter, she loves to be outside and be active. So between her, my wife, and I, we've gone on some pretty long bike rides, walks, shooting hoops in the driveway, and we've had some beautiful weather here the last few days. So we've been able to get outside and enjoy just spending time being active outside.
Yeah, I think if the Olympic event would be walking, I think my wife and I would be a great way to get a gold medal. Debbie's walking about 3 miles a day. I'm doing about 2 because I tell her I have to do this show. So that's one of my excuses to get out of the walk. But, It's been a really good day. And the fresh air has been really, really nice.
Yes, the fresh air has been a blessing to be able to go outside and just enjoy God's creation, too.
Nate, let's talk a little bit about Bethesda. You've been there how many years now?
I'm finishing up my 6th year.
Wow, that's hard to believe. Coaching basketball, I know, and then you're the athletic director as well. Kids still making contact with you. I know you got e-school, but kids are still getting involved. It just seems like the community is pulling together at this time.
Yeah, I mean, I think as you look at something like this, anytime you have some sort of trial or adversity, it seems to bring people together. People tend to rally around each other, and hopefully this will make us stronger, and we'll come out, better for it at the end of it.
Let's talk about your career at Bethesda as you've been there now 6 years. What have you seen the growth of the athletic program? I know the girls softball program the last couple of years have been outstanding. The basketball team has played very well as well in girls basketball. The boys team made a nice little run during the sectional run. What's the input and what's the outlook for Bethesda in the next coming years?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of success here in the last few years, and we've been able to kind of build that foundation. There's a lot of younger teams that have had some success, some of our junior high teams. So we're looking forward to some of those kids moving up to the junior high or JV and varsity levels here in the next year or two, and just hopefully continuing that where we have teams that work hard, work together, honor God, and give their best. And hopefully, these kids, again, use this time to draw closer together, to become stronger individuals and stronger as a team.
Talk a little bit about what you did before you got to Bethesda, and how, your education background, and then coming back to make a difference at Bethesda. What brought you, and who motivated you to make that move?
Yeah, so before I came out here in Indiana, I'd lived in Pennsylvania all my life. Grew up there, went to school there, went to college there, and then I kind of got it. I was a health and phys ed major at Baptist Bible College, which now it's Clark Summit University up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and kind of grew my love and passion for kind of mixing sports and my love for just seeing people grow together, teaching them. And so I kind of transitioned there, went from teaching to actually working in an athletic department back at Baptist Bible College as the sports information director for a couple of years, and then took a position as a high school athletic director, and just kind of at a Christian school in Pennsylvania, and really enjoyed my time there. Really grew a lot, kind of learned it firsthand, kind of being thrown right into the fire. And then this position out here opened up, and Bethesda has been blessed with some really amazing facilities for being a small school of only 100 kids in the high school, and being a 1A school. We host soccer sectional. We host both boys and girls. We've hosted baseball and softball. We're hopefully still going to host a softball sectional this year. We've hosted multiple basketball sectionals as well. And so, really been blessed with those facilities here at Bethesda to be able to really grow the athletic program out here.
I know we met and got involved with Indiana SRN. You did a lot of our all-star games together. Indiana SRN has been at your school a couple of times with broadcast. What does that avenue help you with your students, and what are they saying about our relationship with SRN and Bethesda?
Yeah, anytime you guys come out, or we find out we're going to another place where you guys are doing a broadcast, I think it adds a little bit of excitement to that, because they know that maybe grandma, grandpa, or aunt or uncle or cousin, or maybe even a friend who is out of town in a different state, they can kind of be involved in their life and kind of hear and sometimes even see what's going on, and even though they can't be there physically, they can still kind of get involved with, hey, you played in this game, and I heard you did this and that, and it really brings some excitement to the kids, knowing that some of their family who otherwise wouldn't really know anything about what's going on can be involved in their lives.
Nathan, we're going to take our 2-minute break. When we come back, we're going to ask you a couple more questions. Here's one to think on now. Your favorite sports memory is what we're going to shoot for, okay?
All right. Thank you.
We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll be back right after this.
To give a person a job that helps them start to change that trajectory. Thousands of people get jobs here from all of these diverse backgrounds. We're helping write that story of that better future that we know they can get, we know that they deserve.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
So you called us because you're stressed from all that clutter taking up your space. The best part is we do all the heavy lifting for you, so you can just sit back and relax. Our our hunks call at least 20 to 30 minutes prior to your appointment window. You don't need to lift a finger except to point what items you would like us to haul away. Thanks again for choosing College Hunks Hauling Junk, and we look forward to providing you with a stress-free hauling experience.
You're listening to Indiana SRN, God's Word 24/7, and sports.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer, and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
You're listening to Indiana SRN, home for God's Word 24/7 and sports. Back on the Sports Zone on Indiana SRN, Nate Cartridge joins us. He is the athletic director and head girls basketball coach at Bethesda Christian School in Brownsburg, Indiana. Okay, you had that 2-minute timeout. You had to think about your favorite memory. What do you have?
So if I had to come up with a favorite one, really kind of just happened here just a month or two ago when we were a girls team here at Bethesda was able to win their first girls basketball sectional. It was a really exciting moment, and it was just something to be proud of.
You know, the state of Indiana is richly in basketball, and you mentioned that your girls' team did a great job. But, you know, Indiana is becoming a belt of all the sports. Soccer is now picking up some momentum. Football, I know your school is a little bit too small for football, but the community is rallying. And I think high school sports, when we get through this whole entire crisis, high school sports is going to be stronger than ever before. Yeah,
I definitely would agree. I think there's things that are happening that, you know, kids are doing things on their own, and they're seeing how they can contribute to get better on their own and not just wait for a coach to tell them what to do.
Yeah, you look at some of the Facebooks and some of the Twitters, and some of our followers have sent me some kids that may not have weights that are using, you know, boulders in their backyard and all kinds of stuff just to add some weight. And, you know, exercise, I think this time is important, either going out for a walk. And, you know, it is nice to go out for a walk and just listen to the quietness of the day.
Yes, you know, it's definitely enjoyable just to be out in God's creation and enjoy the warm sunshine or the wind or hear the birds chirping. And yeah, even that quietness too. I think that, you know, is going to really rejuvenate some athletes just to get a little bit of time off. And at the same time, I think they're going to take more advantage of the time that they do get with each other, because you never know when it might end.
We thank you very much for spending some time with us. Are you ready for this wacky quiz?
Yep, I'm ready here.
All right. Gilligan's Island or Andy Griffith?
Andy Griffith.
Burger King or Taco Bell?
Taco Bell.
Spinach or carrots?
Spinach.
Here's the last one. Email or text?
Email.
Oh, wow. There you go. Very good. Hey, Nate, thanks very much for spending time with us, and we'll talk to you again, all right?
All right. Well, thank you very much, Keith. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You bet. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to the Sports Zone on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game. Do you want to hear your favorite team on IndianaSRN.org? It's easy to do, calling all the play-by-play and colored commentary. High school sports along with youth sport, Mr. Wizard is waiting for your call. Contact him at 317-443-0052. We're ready for every touchdown, basket, and goal. Contact Mr. Wizard, 317-443-0052.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer: men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
You're listening to Indiana SRN, God's Word 24/7, and sports. It is the Sports Zone. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Keith Myers. 11 to 12 noon. Tell your friends. This is how this guy got on the air. He told his friend, and that I'm his friend. It's Chris Hawkins, professional wrestler by trade, basketball coach, part-time.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, WrestleMania, I think it's 2 nights now. They split it up. So
yeah.
We'll see how WrestleMania goes with no fans.
I watched WrestleMania 32 last night on ESPN, and Debbie told me to turn it off because she was tired of hearing me yelling and moaning and groaning.
Hey, same thing over here. So, we'll see how that works next weekend.
Should be fun. Hey, let's talk a little bit about Crispus Attucks, and not only as the athletic director and head basketball coach, but you guys had a pretty good year.
Yeah, I just think, we did a lot of things. I mean, start with our football program did great this year. I think boys soccer did well. So I think we're turning a corner as an athletic program. And then I just think, with some individual sports, we're doing better also. So, as being an athletic director, you want to see everybody grow, get better. And then if we're able to win and do that, you want to see that also. But, I just want to have an athletic department that understands, we're education-based athletics. So let's make sure we get the books and then go out on the court and also win. So just happy overall with where our program is headed. And then individually with the basketball team, we had a great year. Just, came up a minute and some change short of possibly being one of the 64 teams remaining.
Yeah, you talk about the girls program, too. It's the first time that I can remember that your school was seeded 10th in the Volleyball City Alliance tournament. A great year. New coach churned things around. The attitude, girls-wise, has changed a big part of your school as well.
Yeah, when you look at our girls program, Coach Davis did a great job. So I think when she inherited the program, 3 or 4 years ago, she, was only able to do a varsity team, then a JV team. Then this year we were able to field a freshman team. So our numbers have grown as far as dramatically. If you look at our demographics, the majority of our students, like 68 to 70% of our students are females at Crispus Attucks. So girls basketball, also we were able to field a JV and a freshman team. So our numbers have just been growing as far as with girls sports. So, now it's just trying to get them to understand, it's a year-round sport, and going out and, once the season is over, you need to still be playing, still be practicing and trying to get that work in, and then also working in the weight room too. So, really proud of where our female athletes and athletic department is going right now.
Let's talk about it. The last time we saw each other, I know Sean saw you in the sectional, talked to you during the sectional playoffs. The last time you and I talked was in the city tournament in the championship game. Take our listeners all the way back. Now it's January of how that meant so much to the school, so many absence from getting to the city championship game and then winning that.
You just got to look at it for 58, 59 years since we have won a city tournament. I mean, we can go back to even the year when Nike and we lost on the last second buzzer beater to Manual. So you look at it, a game that we probably should have been in the championship 3 years out of my 4 years. So we have been on the cusp. We played Cathedral the year before and just didn't show up. I think we had some open looks. We just didn't hit shots, and then Ron Franklin hit everything that game. So our kids were really juiced up for it. And like I said, we, ended up, I think, as we went to halftime down 9, just with some switches, communication issues. And so, came out in the second half and kind of, gave ourselves a chance to stay in the game. And then, like I said, your best player fouls out. You kind of think, hey, game's over. Hey, we did our best.
Right.
And, he fouls out, then your power forward, your point guard, and another forward fouls out. So I think our kids are just resilient. And I think that, we practice situations all year long where we kind of take Sincere off the court. We'll take Malik off the court. We'll take Tiny off the court and put other people in different situations, see if they can respond. And, as that, game went to the first OT and we didn't get it. And then the second OT, and, we were able to make shots, and Q-Sean hits the 3 from Missouri. And, just kind of, pushes us into that lead, and we finished it up. And, we had two seniors that came in at the game, and they were just ready to go. But I think the biggest thing is all our seniors that were there who had found out trusted them just because of, we were in situations where we had practiced that stuff. So it means a lot to the program. It means a lot to our district. Just to, let, IPS athletics, we can win, we can play. The kids are coachable. The kids understand, right from wrong. So, we're no different from a township school. Like I said, we just want to be able to be out there and be on par with everybody. And I think, winning that city tournament put us, back up there as far as, Cathedral have won it, I think, 3 or 4 years. But, we're going to do our best to try to defend that title next year. And then, being in sectional 10, there's no days off. So it's just one of those things, man. But like I said, it was a great experience. It was, great for the fans that were there. And that's just one of the things, just being lucky to be able to coach over there. It's just the alumni fan base, and just everyone gets behind you. And, if I fast forward to the sectional, the first game against Cathedral, they were loud and proud, and, we got up 5, and, I think we were up 3, and, I called a timeout, or we had just tied the game up, and I kind of just, my first time looking behind us, and it was just like a sea of green and gold. So, I love just being able to be a part of the Crispus Attucks program. And always will be indebted to Ms. Franklin and Mr. Varno, and then Dr. Farabee at that time for, being able to let me be the coach over there.
I go back to that city championship game. I thought it was because you put at the end of the bench, Coach. I thought I was your lucky charm. Maybe not. Maybe I missed past that.
No, I think you were, because I think that's why Sincere became the assistant coach. Because he was up and down, communicating. And like I said, that's our team.
Yeah.
He went into assistant coach mode and kind of just, they were coaching each other, and then just saying, hey, you get the ball, this is what you need to do. So, it's a great experience. And I think, having you guys there just adds more excitement for the kids. And, I think, there's some other new programs out there like the MIC Network that, those teams get a chance to play and do all this stuff. But I think having you guys there, it juices the kids up and kind of just brings another element to the game.
I know when we walk in your school, the concession stand people are happy to see me because they know I'm going to eat popcorn and some nachos and a Coke. And I think I helped your sales up a little bit this year, Coach.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Hey, we're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, I want to talk about your fondest memory as a player or as a coach when we come back.
Okay.
We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory. Thousands of people get jobs here from all of these diverse backgrounds. We're helping write that story of that better future that we know they can get, we know that they deserve.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
So you called us because you're stressed from all that clutter taking up your space. The best part is we do all the heavy lifting for you, so you can just sit back and relax. Our hunks call at least 20 to 30 minutes prior to your appointment window. You don't need to lift a finger except to point what items you would like us to haul away. Thanks again for choosing College Hunks Hauling Junk, and we look forward to providing you with a stress-free hauling experience.
You're listening to Indiana SRN, God's Word 24/7, and sports.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer, and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
You're listening to Indiana SRN, home for God's Word 24/7 and sports. Thank you very much for joining us. It's the Sports Zone with us is Chris Hawkins. And Chris, before we wrap up with your last question, if people are out of the state listening to this broadcast or across the world, tell them a little bit about the museum that is at Crispus Attucks High School, if there are new listeners listening today.
Yeah, we have a museum that kind of just takes you through just the history of just Crispus Attucks and just everything with actually land Crispus Attucks and our school. So basically, it's just a big history lesson that you'll walk in there and just kind of go around. So basically, you know, our museum is open, I think, Monday through Friday from like 8 to 1 and then appointments only. I think going forward for girls and boys basketball games, when teams come in, we're going to give them the opportunity to go in and just kind of go through there and kind of get familiar, if they're not familiar yet, just with the history and everything. So it's a cool advantage to kind of have. You know, everybody wants to come and see Oscar and just Ray Crow and just everybody that's been involved with Crispus Attucks. So just gives them an opportunity to just see the history of the school and the things that they have school went through and our athletic program has went through. Like I said, it's just a bonus to have that. And it's kind of push through for what we do with our academics, because our freshmen all have to go through there to start the school year. So it's just a really good situation and cool to have that on site.
I was blessed to do that tour and get to do that before we signed on together as an SRN partner, and it's very moving, and everyone needs to do that. Chris, thanks for spending time with us talking about that. Let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about your favorite memory. You have one, two. How many do you have?
I think, you know, as far as like a player, I would say I played at Southport High School, and I think it was my junior year back in 2000. We were able to, I think we sent Andre Owens to Indiana. I think that was the first game. I think we beat Perry Meridian. Next game, kid was at Northwest. Rodney Carney went to Memphis. We beat him. And then we were able to beat Decatur Central in the sectional championship, ended up losing in the regionals, but that was like the first sectional in Southport history in a while. And so The next time that they had got to regionals, I think is the team they had Paul Scruggs, Joey Brunk, and the point guard that we had a year ago, Harold Bennett, was actually a freshman on that team. So that's one of my memories as a player. And then I think the biggest one is just winning state the first year, having Oscar, having all those players back, having the players come in the locker room after the game, having Oscar come in before and after. It's just a moment that you could never imagine, not alone just doing it your first year. So I think that was just going to stick with me for a while, just because I've come into contact with so many coaches. I've listened to so many coaches, and, I think before Mark James had won, he was just, after he had won, he said, you're lucky to win your first time out. And then it was good for him to be able to get that one at the end of the night. So those are my two fondest memories.
If you listen to our radio broadcast, Harold Bennett hits a jump shot as a freshman at Southport High School, moves on to Attucks, and Harold had a great career. Are you ready for this crazy career, crazy test?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass with flying colors.
Okay, here we go. Cake or pie?
Cake.
What kind of cake?
Lemon cake.
Oh, okay. Bacon or sausage?
Turkey bacon, going with the health option.
Oh, yeah. Debbie must have talked to you. Golf or tennis?
Golf.
Okay, this was an easy one for you. Pizza or submarine sandwiches?
Oh, pizza without a doubt.
And the last one, frozen yogurt or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Hey, you passed with flying colors.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Coach, thanks so much. We'll get back with you. I know that we're going to have a long relationship. We appreciate you spending some time with us, and keep your head up, all right?
I appreciate it, and thank you for having us on, and appreciate you coming into a working relationship with us. And like I said, you guys have been great for our community, our school district, and everything, and I can't wait to keep working together.
Yep. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group. At Auto Express, we offer friendly customer service, exceptional work, and fair pricing. Customer loyalty and confidence are important to us. When our customers have questions, we are ready with answers. We're open weekdays 8 to 6 and Saturday 8 to 3. Come visit Auto Express at 9065 East Pendleton Pike, just east of Post Road, or call 317-897-6618. Auto Express, we're here for your auto repair and maintenance needs.
Having an electrical problem? Bertner Electric has your solution. We provide professional residential and commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. With more than 30 years of experience, we have a reputation for safety, excellence, and competitive pricing. We are fully licensed, bonded, and insured for your protection. Electrical work can be shocking, so leave that problem to the pros at Bertner Electric. Call for a free estimate, 317-773-7663.
You're listening to IndianaSRN.org. Well, thank you very much for listening today. We hope that you enjoy it. Tune in tomorrow, 11 o'clock to 12 Eastern, right here on Indiana SRN. If you have any questions about Indiana SRN, you can contact me by email, coach@indianasrn.org. If you have a suggestion for a guest, please let us know. Coach@indianasrn.org. SRN.org. On behalf of the whole entire team of Indiana SRN, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. You're listening to Indiana SRN